The Ottoman Empire, also known as Saltanat Osmania, was one of the greatest empires in history. Founded in 1299 by Osman Ghazi, it lasted for more than 6 centuries and at its peak controlled vast lands across Europe, Asia, and Africa. From the deserts of Arabia to the gates of Vienna, the Ottomans were a symbol of power, unity, and strength. But like every empire, their glory did not last forever. The story of their decline is a tale of weak leadership, corruption, economic troubles, and foreign interference that slowly brought an end to a mighty civilization. The empire reached its golden age under Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century. Under his reign, the Ottomans expanded to their greatest territorial extent and became a global superpower. But after his death, the empire began to weaken. Future sultans lacked the strength and wisdom of their predecessors. Many were young, inexperienced, or manipulated by palace officials. This led to instability, corruption, and power struggles within the empire. The Ottoman military, once the pride of the empire, also began to decline. The famous Janissary Corps, once made up of disciplined elite soldiers, turned into a corrupt and rebellious force. They resisted reforms and opposed modernization, while European armies advanced with new weapons and tactics. The empire's defeats at Lepanto in 1571 and at Vienna in 1683 marked the beginning of military weakness that the Ottomans never fully recovered from. Economically, the empire faced serious challenges. The discovery of new sea routes by European powers shifted global trade away from Ottoman lands. This cut off a major source of wealth. Heavy taxation, mismanagement, and constant wars drained the treasury. To make matters worse, the empire became dependent on European loans, which pushed it deeper into debt and foreign control. Nationalism in the 19th century brought even greater troubles. The Ottomans ruled over many different ethnic groups: Arabs, Greeks, Serbs, Bulgarians, Armenians, and others. Inspired by the wave of nationalism in Europe, these groups began to demand independence. Rebellions broke out one after another, and with the help of foreign powers like Russia, Britain, and France, many of these lands broke away from Ottoman rule. By the 19th century, the empire had earned the nickname the Sick Man of Europe. European powers interfered constantly in Ottoman affairs, carving up its lands for their own interests. Russia sought influence over the Black Sea, Britain wanted to control routes to India, and France expanded into North Africa. The Ottomans were no longer feared, but pitied, treated as a weak state, waiting to be divided. The final blow came with the First World War. The empire sided with Germany and Austria-Hungary, hoping to regain its strength. But the war ended in defeat. The Allied powers occupied large parts of Ottoman territory, and the empire was forced to sign the Treaty of Sèvres in 1920, which divided its lands among the victors. Amid this collapse, a new leader rose, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. He led the Turkish War of Independence, defeated foreign forces, and in 1922, the Ottoman Sultanate was officially abolished. 1 year later, in 1923, the Republic of Turkey was established, marking the final end of more than 600 years of Ottoman rule. The story of the Ottoman decline is not just about weakness and defeat. It is also about transformation. The empire that once ruled 3 continents left behind a legacy of architecture, culture, scholarship, and governance that shaped the world. From the grand mosques of Istanbul to the memories of battles fought on European soil, the Ottomans remain one of history's most influential empires. Their fall reminds us that even the greatest powers can collapse if they fail to adapt, reform, and unite. The Saltanat Osmania began with a dream of justice and strength, reached unimaginable heights, and ended with a lesson that still echoes through history.